There was no such thing as a Roman salute. There is absolutely no historical evidence, no ancient Roman statues, no ancient Roman literature, no historian that will tell you there was ever such a thing as a Roman salute. The myth of the Roman salute only began quite recently in history, and it came about by, shock, fascist ideology that tried to use antiquity incorrectly to justify its hateful behaviour. The gesture essentially originates from a painting at the end of the 18th century. The painter interprets the story of three brothers who are going off to war, sacrificing their life for Rome and outstretching their arms to their father to receive their swords. And I can't believe I have to say this, but this is a painting from the 1700s, not a picture from ancient Rome. The time this painting was created is also really important because it was painted in the lead up to the French Revolution. It was commissioned by the government of King Louis XVI to promote civic duty in the face of the masses rising up against the aristocracy. The painting is a depiction of being patriotic and likely inspired the Bellamy salute, which originated in the United States in 1892. Children would outstretch their hands towards a flag, that's important, and pledge their allegiance to their country. But very soon after, this gesture was co-opted by Italian fascists, and then soon after that, German fascists. They essentially took this newly imagined gesture of patriotic allegiance and used it for their cause. And so we gained the historical inaccuracy that this was a salute practiced in ancient Rome and not actually something that originated quite recently in history. So whenever someone makes a comment saying this was a Roman salute, it's really a comment on this person's inability to even do a basic Google search, which would be absolutely hilarious if the ideology behind it wasn't so terrifying. Now, the Bellamy salute practiced in United States schools stopped in 1942. Why? Because the Americans joined the war and saw what was happening with this gesture. And if people less than 100 years ago can understand that, my gosh, I bet some of the most intelligent men in the world could too. Now, if we could just put aside, research and evidence for a second and pretend that this salute really did exist in ancient Rome. There is no reason to accidentally do something that humans did 2,000 years ago. Even historians who immerse themselves in the time period that they're studying don't accidentally say a word or do a gesture that existed in their time period. Even if this salute had existed in ancient Rome, we know the context has changed around it. Just like how many Hindu and Buddhist practitioners today choose not to use the ancient symbol of the swastika because it has sadly become reappropriated and has different interpretations to people today. It's literally just basic common sense, but who knows? Maybe he was just feeling emotional.